Hi, and welcome to Rachel's Allotment Garden. I haven't put a video on for a little while because I've been a bit overwhelmed with the amount of subscribers I've got. Yeah, not far from 100 now, which is pretty cool. What started off as just like a little bit of fun has turned into something really quite cool. So yeah, thank you. At the minute I'm planting my kidney beans into these cups again. This first time I've used these this year. I'm really quite surprised with these. They're doing really well. On my last video I planted loads of flowers and stuff in them. And then last week I planted 2 marrows and 2 cucumbers and they've come up really, really well. So I'm just putting them in the water and tray. So yeah, progress on the allotment is doing really well. A plot neighbour of ours has kindly donated some long lengths of wood so we can finish off the sides of the beds, which is really starting to get on my nerves because we couldn't get the paths in unless we had the boards in, otherwise it would just all have fallen on each other. It would have been a bit of a pain. So we've got, I think it was four beds at the front that have actually been boarded now, which is good. I can then concentrate on getting the paths in. It's just the last one on the very end that needs doing. We ran out of time. We spent the day down there this weekend and got quite a bit done. Last week, yes, funny story to tell you. We decided to buy a rotavator. Thought, we've had enough with digging, we'll go and buy a rotavator. I've never used a rotavator before, ever in my life. And my husband was just getting it down there and getting it set up, and our plot neighbour came over and was like, hey, can you show us how to do this? And he was like, yeah, sure. So he grabbed hold of the rotavator and did half the bed, and he's like, I said, well, is it easy? And he said, yeah, and he held on to it with one hand. My husband had a go and he did okay. I was quite surprised. Then I asked if I could have a go. Yeah, I'm never using it again. I was literally crouching, holding on to this thing for my dear life. It was trying to take me from one side of the allotment to the other and was bouncing about all over the place. I will never be using a rotavator again in my life. I will quite happily sit on my arse and dig the bed by myself. I'm quite happy doing that. I'm never using that thing again. It's too much. It's too much. I'm not strong enough for a rotavator at all. Nah, no, not a clue. So yeah, my husband's going to be doing that while I sit on the bench and laugh at him, basically, because anybody that uses a rotavator, in my opinion, looks like a constipated duck. So that's that. So I've done quite a lot of kidney beans here. These are the ones I grew last year. I saved the seed from. I bought them dried at Morrison's, and I thought I'd give it a go, give it an experiment, give it a go. And these are the seed I actually got. So they're quite good. So I'm going to plant them again this year, and yeah, hopefully get some more. But I couldn't find anywhere that I could get kidney beans that was, 1, cheap and 2, available. They just don't seem to be out there. And we eat them a lot. We have them in a lot of things. So yeah, it's good. It's good. Got a couple of the borders down at the allotment painted up already. A lot of people are very surprised down there that we're doing as much as we are, and doing it as fast. Basically, I'm quite surprised with how much we're doing ourselves. Got 3 rows of carrots down there, just the normal Aston Fortune ones. I want to get my rainbow carrots down there, and rainbow carrots are absolutely amazing. I grew them last year. They taste really good. Each colour has their own flavour. The purple ones tend to be a lot stronger. So I'm going to be growing them again, and I'm going to be growing them in abundance. I'm going to have loads and loads, because I can chop them up and freeze them, so that's fine. So yes, I will plant the rest of these, and I will show you how everything's going on in the greenhouse. I have my tomatoes in here now. They're out of the light box, and they've come in here. Some of them have got a bit burnt by the sun. They're desperate for a feed, and I'll just give you a small update of what the greenhouse is doing, and we'll head down to the plot and you can have a look at that. See you in a bit. So here are the tomatoes. They don't look too bad, do they? They're quite tall. What do I have? There you go. There's one of these pots, and that'll just show you how big they are. They're not too bad. Goji berry that I got from 20p from Morrison's. It's growing. It's doing all right. My fig cutting. It's 2 years old, 3 years old. That's not doing too bad. It's coming out in full leaf. It will do. It's in the greenhouse, so it's a lot warmer in here than it is outside. What I was surprised about is my cucumbers. They didn't take very long to germinate. So the cucumbers are the 2 at the front. The marrows are the 2 at the back. The marrows are for a project basically just for the biggest fruit. That's all I'm going to do, is just for the biggest fruit. All the seeds that I did on the last video, they've all come up. They're looking really great, so I'm quite chuffed about them. The vanilla marigolds, the evening primroses at the back, then I've got the pansies at the back. They were all potted up on the last video. The hollyhock on the end, some bits and pieces here, some night scented stock, and some dianthus. That's it. Picked up 2 butternut squashes. Don't know why. I could have done them from seed. And those are all the kidney beans. I did 1 tray of kidney beans. That'll be fine. That'll be enough, I reckon. I've got a few seed left, but I'm thinking if I have a few blanks, then I can just fill it in. The chrysanthemum at the back's doing quite well. A couple of the dahlias are showing their heads. I've got that one. It's got a few buds on it. It's doing quite well. This one is just started to as well. That's the cactus dahlia. This one at the back is a cactus as well. The duet isn't showing no signs of life. And this is another, is it a cactus one? Yeah, it's showing a little bit on the back there. And then this one. Which one is this one? The Star Elite. Well, that one's doing quite well, isn't it? So that's all quite good. I got a dahlia back there that is doing really quite well. The duet, decorative Jamaica. So that's all right. I'm quite surprised about these pots, you know. They're really quite good. The roots are coming through the sides, so they're working. I think I might plant a couple of these out just to see how they do out in the ground. Even on the ones back here, they're doing. I'm quite surprised. Look, you can see it all coming through. And these pots, oh, that one broke. Never mind, it's only a little bit. These pots, you can plant them straight into the ground. So there's no like taking off the pot or anything. Those tomatoes look good. My main crop's still chitting. Yeah, we're in the middles of getting the rain gutter grow system all hooked up. So that'll be another video on its own. I can't wait for that to get all hooked up. The outside flower bed is doing really good. Lots of tulips coming up at the back, and this is where my dahlias, they go in the middle, buried in the pots. My rescue camellia is doing lovely. It's got a lovely little flower on it. So it's a couple of years old, but it doesn't seem to want to grow. My husband decided to cut the pear tree, and I've only got one bunch of flowers on it. I'm hoping this will change. That kind of looks like something, I don't know, but it's got lots of shoots coming out here and there. He basically reduced it more than half. My outdoor fig, I love it. It's got loads of figs on. It's doing really, really well, and they're a good size already, so yeah, it's good. I'm happy with that. The Japanese maple just started to come into leaf. My grapevine, it is flame. This is its first year in this pot. I only bought it not so long ago. My rhubarb, it flowered and now it's stopped growing, so I'm not really fussed on it, to be fair. Hanging basket's doing lovely. I'm really quite pleased with that. Tulips in the flower pot. Lobelia. My herb bed's doing really well, so I'm quite surprised with how much chive we've got. We're definitely going to have to make something with that. So I've got a curry plant as well. I thought that would be good with some egg mayo, oregano, I think, thyme, gold queen, mint in the pot, rosemary on the end. And my favourite of all plants is my camellia. It's loaded. I don't think I've seen so many flowers on it, to be fair. It's ridiculous. It's all the way around. So I'm really quite happy about that. The rabbit, he's fine. The two pots, they're doing alright. The tulips have not really come up in these pots yet. Don't know why. These ones were in the greenhouse though, so I don't think I'll be putting tulips in the greenhouse anymore. It's kind of stunted them. The salad bed has come on really well. There's loads of seedlings coming up. This is the edible one for my tortoise and bearded dragons. I've got loads of flowers and that. They'll be having some of them today. The only things that are not edible on this is that, my japonica, and whatever that is. Forgotten what it is and I've lost the label, but it is a climber of some sort. So I got some all kinds of different lettuces in there. I forgot. I think I've got little gem on the back, pak choi going round here, and just mixed lettuce in the middle. Strawberries are doing really well. I found the pot that blew away in Storm Doris, so I shall be planting that one up. But yeah, they look alright. I like to have them hung up because it stops the little bugs that go into them. Wood lice, that's it, that's the one. So overall, the garden's not doing too bad. That's where we had the fire pit. We've decided we're not going to put the fire pit there anymore, so we're trying to grow grass back on it. It's been a week, so hopefully that'll go back. And over here, this is where our hot tub goes in the summer. And those chairs, and that will get moved over to where the strawberries are. So far, the garden's looking pretty good. Pretty good. Not too bad. And there's a strawberry. Excuse the mess, that's got to go down the allotment. Right, I shall see you later. And my apple tree. Forgot to show you my apple tree. It's just coming into bud. I don't have one of those blossom trees, so this is my makeshift blossom tree. It's a dwarf apple tree. It's that one. And there's the back of it. Those daisy things that I inherited from my father-in-law. He cut me off a great big clump of what he had, and I literally just had this bit and in 1 year it's grown to that. My bush, it's looking a bit wonky at the minute because I've pushed it back and staked it back, so it will reach forward again. My leftover strawberries that I don't need, so they're not being looked after. My cold frame, I got loads of dahlias, absolutely tons and tons of, these are dwarf dahlias. I have no idea what I'm going to do with these because, as you can see, my garden's not all that big. 2 chrysanthemums, they'll be going into the pots by the front door. Geraniums, they're going very red. I think it's because of the cold, and I got some fuchsias back there as well. And yeah, all good. But I'm having issues with that. It's bramble in my garden. And a few weeds here and there. So we're inside the little bit that I'm going to be growing my tomatoes in. My radishes go in the box at the back. My tomatoes are going all along here this summer, so I can get to both sides. I got some Bellis daisies at the front. They're acclimatizing. So yeah, all is good. Look at that. What a mess. But that apple tree, it's about 3-4 years old. It's doing really well. Got loads of apples off it, and it was really, really nice. They are very nice. Got a few bits at the front here as well. A mint. That was a pineapple mint, but I don't think it's coming back. I'm going to have to get another one. And that's it. Okay. These are my sweet bell peppers in the light box with the tomatoes at the back. They need throwing out. I don't need them. So I'm just going to throw them away. But the bell peppers are doing really well. They really need to get planted on the rain gutter grow system. So the sooner I can get that done, the better. There's 1 or 2 in there that are just huge. They're hogging all the light from the smaller ones. But yeah, my light box, it's only small. I say small. It's a fair size. There's the spray bottle for the weed killer, bug killer even. So, and what I did is I lined it with aluminium tape, and it has the LED grow lights that I got from Amazon at the top, and that works perfectly, absolutely perfectly. A few peppers, some chili peppers left over and some garlic left over from last year. They're doing all right. We're using them slowly. I'm not doing any chili peppers this year. We've got plenty there to last us through. Yeah, that's pretty much it, I think. Pretty much it.